This is the new pattern in 2025. I don't think they're going to change content to make it more appealing to you, but I think they're going to change their marketing so that you don't get outraged about things ahead of time. And that is the new normal for Hollywood. It's the new normal for AAA video game companies. It's the new normal for comics. They're just going to do the DEI and not make a big deal out of it. So while a lot of people are saying DEI is dead, woke is gone, we don't even know what woke means anymore. That's all disingenuous, and it's all just people trying to pivot, I think, because I know there are a lot of people who are burnt out of the culture war. They're sick of all their favorite properties just getting absolutely torched and destroyed all the time. And because of that, they're just like kind of done, and they want to check out, and we just want to play fun video games. And, unfortunately, we do have a culture war to fight, and it is never ending. And if you've been here since the old days, my friends, you know the ride never ends. And so you do have to keep being vigilant. We have to keep calling this stuff out. Look, the end of the day, if you want to change things, if you want to stop from having a female Witcher replace a male Witcher as a character, which is a woke replacement, it's a feminist replacement, it's done intentionally, and it's done in every single series. If this was just some one-off random thing, wouldn't be something worth talking about. But because every single company does this on every single series, they are absolutely trying to erase white males from video games and, of course, try to capture a demographic of players who are also not white males, which they never end up doing. That is the agenda. That is the agenda of all corporate America. You see it in advertising. I mean, there's the famous Stone Toss, burgers cartoon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Stone Toss burgers. Let's put this up real quick. Just kind of show you what we're talking about. This is it. Behold our newest ad campaign. Are you sure this will help us sell more burgers? And then you see the black person interracial kiss there going on. And this sums up all of the entertainment industry right here, 100%. I was just in El Salvador about a couple weeks ago. I'm going to do a little personal aside. Sorry, guys. I came back Sunday, and I noticed something about the advertisements there because they have billboards everywhere for all sorts of stuff, from McDonald's to different products that they're selling. There's zero interracial stuff like in America. Every single American commercial, even still 2025, is a like weird interracial thing or a black thing or a gay thing. It's all just normal Latino couples and whatnot with lighter skin, because they actually like, that's a thing in Latin culture where the lighter skinned Latinos are actually more desirable there. And they're all exactly the same. And you don't see any of the diversity anywhere. And it's kind of nice. You kind of just feel like, oh, I'm not being oppressed for once. This is El Salvador for El Salvadorans. That's nice. And so that is the difference between what the cultures are doing in different places in the world versus what's being subjected to in corporate America that we have going here. So there's your global kind of perspective for what's happening, in case you guys forgot. And I know we have a really good audience here who's a little smarter and a little more attuned than a lot of other people out there, because we're readers, and I appreciate you guys being here. So let's get into this commentary from The Witcher and talk about how this is a standard marketing tactic now from people in these corporations as they go out and do these interviews these days in just a moment. Hit the like and subscribe button. That's my my little overture of an interview. Yeah, we have a little, somebody was talking to me earlier, longtime channel watcher, who said, you've got like a more cerebral look at nerd culture, and it's for a little smarter people. And I said, yes, it is. And I appreciate my very, very intelligent audience. You guys are great, and that's been a wonderful, wonderful couple of years as we've been building this up. Now, I am an author, and so I kind of look at things from a perspective of somebody who creates, not just somebody who commentates. And I write a bunch of books, and so if you are a fantasy fan, and The Witcher is very dark fantasy, and this is not dark fantasy. I don't like dark things. There was a review of one of my books earlier this morning. It said, I wish he'd gone a little darker, and I'm sorry about that, but I don't like dark things. I like to feel good. And so my favorite things are like Star Trek The Next Generation, where it's like, it's well lit, it's a nice office environment where everybody's working together and being happy. And yeah, you got some conflict and you got some aliens you got to fight that are bad, but like, I like a little more positive of things. So my fantasy world has a benevolent monarch. It's like I think a benevolent monarchy is a perfect form of government, and all the characters are patriotic and awesome, and they're adventuring and fighting for their country of Rislandia with a cool bunch of different adventures across 6 books. So it's an airship crew. It's swashbuckling. It's high action. You're gonna love this. Check it out. It's in the description below. And it's available on ebook, print, and audio. There are 6 books in the series. So grab the whole thing, support our channel, and thank you for being here and supporting independent art away from these evil corporations where they lie to you. Yes, that's the transition. Doug Cockle. What a... Okay, so I'm cerebral, but I'm also a 5-year-old at heart, guys. Doug Cockle, the voice of Geralt of Rivia in the CD Projekt Red's The Witcher video game series, responded to The Witcher 4 being described as woke, saying, "That's just stupid. It's not woke." Now, I've heard this before, and this came out about the time when Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was coming out on Disney+. If you guys forgot Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, it's because nobody watched it. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I got Score in here. I don't know why that's there. We are. And this is a new Disney Plus iteration of Spider-Man where, everybody, Norman Osborn's black, and there's this weird Asian Indian-looking woman, and there's another black guy, and there's another they-them with blue lipstick. Yeah, it's pretty woke, right? And one of the voice actors, it's weird. It's a voice actor giving an interview. It's like the exact same thing. When the show came out, went out and said, "I was worried the show was going to be woke, but it's not. It's good." And I've noticed this trend lately also in culture where people say that woke doesn't have any meaning anymore. And I see this it doesn't mean anything anymore. This was happening when we were talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And I saw that this is a historical European game where they put a black guy as a scientist in a court. And it's like, what? That's not real. And then, of course, they had underage graphic gay sex, like where you had, they get naked and do it. It's really crazy. And those two things are insane. They also had a mission in there called Root Out Anti-Semite Gathering in the Middle Ages. It's like, what? There was nobody going around shouting anti-Semite. That's a modernistic thing that only YouTubers like Smash JT do at this point. And so during that discourse, people were saying that woke doesn't mean anything. And this is part of Hollywood's agenda, the left's agenda, because that word has become so much of a mockery of their agenda. They want it not to mean anything. So they're pushing this in the media, the woke right. Woke doesn't mean anything. Intentionally to water down words, because this is how the left manipulates language. They always do. They change the words all the time, right? You got to change gender, where you're not just a man or a woman. You can be non-binary, which is not even a real thing. They make you can't say black person anymore. It's got to be person of color now, or you're offensive, or it's like everything. You can't say Oriental about Asians. You have to call them Asian Americans, right? And so everything is about them changing language, because nothing they have is real and nothing they have is actually true. And so they change terms to muddy the waters, and that's exactly what they're doing with woke. And so I always go back and people are like, what is woke? And I'm like, it's feminist, black and gay, right? Why black and gay? That's racist and homophobic. What are you talking about? Well, you're using those words as woke, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious. And so only disingenuous people say that at this point. And these people who work for these companies are woke people. They are disingenuous. They're all, if you're in the mainstream AAA and you're a guy who's like this, you are a woke activist. Otherwise, you're not working for these companies. So, of course, now, like I said, just like Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, they're going out there and they're getting ahead of the curve where they're replacing a Witcher with a woman, right? And it's woke. It is feminist. And they're saying, oh, of course it's not woke. There's nothing wrong with that. Why would you think there's anything wrong with replacing things with a woman? Women are great. This is how they do things, and this is how they try to gaslight you. So one of them wasn't really okay. So in the video for Fall Damage, Cockle reacted to various Witcher memes. One of them wasn't a meme, but more of a comment. The entire Game Awards chat spanning woke because The Witcher 4 has you playing as Ciri, a woman, is everything that's wrong with gaming culture. Yes, replacing white males and calling it out and noticing it is, quote, wrong with gaming culture. That makes you wrong. I mean, this is crazy just how they do this, right? He'd say, I wouldn't say that everything that's wrong with gaming culture, but I do think that's stupid. It's not woke. There's nothing woke about it. Well, geez, this is pretty ridiculous. Now, again, if there were just like some random things, and you have lots of series like out there that had female leads and they got replaced with male leads, and it was just all like narrative driven, and we'd see it going both ways, or we see a traditionally black game and now there's a white protagonist in the sequel or whatever, I'd say, okay, yeah, things just happen like that. But we're in a culture where it exists one way. White male protagonists get removed for female counterparts or black counterparts every single time. And it never goes the other way. Ghost of Yotai is getting a female protagonist, that's replacing Ghost of Tsushima, right? Assassin's Creed Shadows was replacing protagonists with a black guy, right, and a female. I mean, it's always the exact same way. And noticing that is not a problem. And you shouldn't feel bad for noticing that. Don't care if people call you racist or whatever, because it's okay to notice. It's the corporate agenda, and it's being done all the way around. We can't have Geralt for every single game for Witcher ad nauseum out for eternity. Now, that's interesting. Now, can you imagine somebody saying we can't have Lara Croft for every Tomb Raider out for eternity? Or we can't have Seamus for every Metroid game out for eternity? Can you imagine people saying that? No, it would never be said. And of course, you would have all those the main character for every game out for eternity. You would. That makes sense. We've seen the end of Geralt's journey. Blood and Wine was supposed to wrap up Geralt's journey, which is true. But at the same time, it is established in the lore that you can't have a female Witcher. So this is something that doesn't make sense. And so he should have either a successor that goes out there that's a male, that's the same, or you got to reset things a little bit. And these are games. It's not. This isn't like a movie, like sort of a continuity franchise that has to be done like that. And you could just have a new game, that kind of resets him, right? I mean, this is how you do things, or you just start a new storyline with him in it, right? And make him great again. I mean, that's not that hard either. I celebrate Ciri. I celebrate her being a protagonist, he declared. So, all you people who think it's woke, he's derogatorily sticks his tongue out and blows. Wow, so really great. He doesn't even acknowledge it as a person out there. And so this is how disingenuous it is. These people hate you, and that's what it comes to. And they think you're stupid. And they'll it's not woke. And then they'll stick their tongue out and blow at you. It's like, okay, are you a 5-year-old? I guess you are, Cockle. Yeah, I guess I can make fun of Cockle then. You just gave me carte blanche to do that and not feel bad about being immature. If you read the books, you understand why CD Projekt Red went down this avenue. There's a whole rich world of stuff to explore with Ciri they didn't do when they put her into Witcher 3, because the story was about Geralt, but she hints at it. And if you think that it's woke, read the damn books. They're good, first of all. And second, you won't think it's so woke after all. So now, this is what they're saying. So they at least, this is pretty interesting. Same thing as your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man voice actor gave almost the same interview. It's not woke, it's good. It's like, well, wait a minute. Woke doesn't just equal something I don't like. It equals feminist, black and gay, or trans. Or it is something about the leftist agenda of identity politics, right? And so this is something that has that sort of deal. It is a feminist replacement, and it is a thing in the culture that's happening a lot. And it's okay to notice this. It's really ridiculous that these people are thinking you're so stupid in this level. But it's going to be a disaster. CD Projekt Red's going to ruin this franchise like many others have been done before. And we'll cover it the whole way here because I'm not afraid to call it. I don't even care if it's popular or if it's not. The ride never ends, like I say. And we have a culture to fight, and we have to push back against this stuff. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Check out my books for Steam and Country, guys. I think you'll absolutely enjoy it, and it's in the description below. Thank you for supporting our art. We'll be back soon.